Claire, and as Claire said, beautiful day down here, and already Bobby Goulding there, the newly appointed French coach, speaking to him earlier. He's cocky and as chirpy as ever, and he's certainly been mingling with the French fans. Whether he's learned enough of the French language at the moment or not, I wouldn't like to say. But the Catalan Dragons field a full-strength back division with their new signing Jean-Philippe Bale claiming a place in the centre alongside the free-scoring wing Dimitri Pello. And here they are. Greg Bird, the skipper, on the right in the all-white strip with the yellow and red piping, and Bradford in their away strip, dark blue and light blue, led out by Paul Deacon. And there are the flags that the Frenchmen down here love to wave. Always a terrific atmosphere. Steve Ganson, one of our most experienced referees, Challenge Cup referee last year, 12 seasons in the Grade 1, the longest serving free grade match. And the Catalan Dragons there, the combination there in the half-backs of Mogg and Bosch, that will be really something to watch. Two terrific players in Super League. And a very, very strong pack. Up front, Aussie Test prop Jason Riles joining the team. He should be another one to look out for. Bulls coach Steve McNamara sticks with his tried and trusted back division, and no prolific point scorer Paul Deacon teaming up with former Wakefield star Ben Jeffries. And in the pack, look out especially for exciting youngster number 8 there, Sam Burgess, and at the other end of the age scale, the 35-year-old Aussie Test star Steve Menzies. In the heat, it'll mean a lot of work for those interchanges. Referee Steve Ganson just waiting for the nod for the kick-off, and Paul Deacon there, who just needs 1 point for 2,500 points in his career, Jonathan. Quite a career.
Yes, tremendous footballer, and I think depending how he plays today, he's going to direct the Bradford Bulls around the park.
And what you do tend to find here when it's on a very hot day here down in Perpignan, that a lot of these players do tie. You tend to get very high-scoring games up in the 30s, and that's how it was when the last time Bradford came here. They beat the Dragons 30 points to 24. The Dragons just bringing the ball sensibly away on the 5th tackle.
Clear.
Ball back to Thomas Bosch. Long kick.
Onside, onside.
Good tackle, good chase.
Tackle, good chase. And good drive. Really up for it. Ricky Sherry really met the hit squad there.
And as you said, the kicking game will be vital. 10 minutes at the end of each half, where people start, getting tired. That's when the concentration goes. It's a lot easier if you're in the right part of the pitch. And
I think, as they were saying earlier in Leeds, I think it was Justin Morgan was saying how field position, Jonathan, will be very, very important here. Containing the Bradford pack down here in this 20-30 metre area.
Yeah, it looks very powerful pack,
Terry Newton there, number 9, very experienced Challenge Cup campaigner.
Don't worry about that.
And that was a good catch there, because the sun right down there in Vincent Duport's eyes. So I would expect Bradford to be kicking to that far corner, to that wingman. The Dragons bringing the ball away, just 10 metres now inside this Bradford Bulls half. Olivier Lima, Wakefield Trinity followers will remember him starring at the Bellevue. Casey Maguire. Jerome Guisset on the 5th tackle. Bosch again. Oh, not a good kick. Not a good kick that time.
No, very, very poor kick actually. There's nothing wrong, as we said, the condition. There's no wind. The forwards have done the hard work, getting a good position. That's very disappointing. Bosch will be upset with that.
A summer of all change for the Catalan Dragons, new coach of course, and the Brisbane Broncos, Kevin Walters, and 8 new players coming in, 6 departing. So that may account really for a lack of form. Bradford, 4 new players in as well. But both of these sides capable of defeating any side in Super League.
5! Move!
Newton.
Clear.
Oh, charge down. Now then.
Bosch is on.
Here's a chance. Bosch, can he pick it up? No, he can't. Play on, says Ganson, another 7-6.
Yeah, that's varying the kicking option, but Jeffries didn't get himself into a good position there, and they charged out. I don't understand why, Bosch didn't put his foot to it. I think he'd have won that foot race. Why he tried to pick it up, I have no idea.
Deacon running into a little bit of trouble there from Mogg. Both of these packs now just looking to test each other in midfield. Good running here. Good coming inside there from Dimitri Pello, the number 5, the Catalan Dragons wing.
Needs support. You can see they're both very tentative, very safe at the moment.
Fit tackle.
Season haven't gone too well.
Good running by Newton. Good kicking. Oh! My word. Clint Greenshields did well to get hold of that ball. I thought for 1 minute he'd missed it. The French crowd, no different from the fans back home, screaming for offside against the Bradford Bulls, but Mr. Ganson not paying very, very little attention. Steve Bell.
He could be key today, Mogg, He'll just dip in and dip out of the game, and when he does come in, makes an impact.
Bosch again. Picked up by Michael Platt.
Can you hear me?
Played for Ireland in the World Cup in Australia.
Move! Two!
Just 5 minutes gone. Still Catalan Dragons 0, Bradford 0. Mickey Sherif.
Yeah, the wingers coming in, getting the quick yards, taking a bit of pressure off the forwards.
Certainly a lot of experience in this Bradford pack. People like Langley, Lynch, Newton, been around a long time in Challenge Cup rugby.
5!
There is Jamie Langley. Good little stab of a kick there. Greenshields most impressive in the Super League. Voted the best full-back last year. Jerome Guisset. The French don't like these tacklers, which are a little bit around the shoulders.
Yeah, Burgess had a couple of big shots, put himself about. But they're worried about the 10 yards. I think they're creeping offside the bull, so the Catalan fans think.
Number 3 there, Steve Bell.
5!
Thomas Bosch again.
Carnegie.
That's a good kick. Puts a little pressure there on Sherif.
Good chase as well.
They've got to keep him in that 10-metre area. They just about do.
I think the difference at the moment is there's a lot of pressure on Deacon when he's kicking the ball. There's absolutely nothing on Bosch, so he's got plenty of time to place the ball where he wants. They've got to close him down a little bit.
Bosch is kicking the ball from a little bit of a deeper position though, isn't he? Oh! Beautiful ball there. Menzies coming away.
He's
Good
in.
burst here now. This looks as if Paul Sykes will go the full way. Yes, he does. First try of the match. Number 3 there. Paul Sykes puts it down, but it was that break in midfield that split the Dragons. Weak defence there from the Frenchman. Bradford in the lead, 4-0.
There's the break by Menzies. Superb angle. Good support by Sykes.
Can you hear me?
They just gave up on him. Lovely finish.
Can you hear us?
As you said, they did give up from him, and also they just allowed him to run around and put the ball under the post.
Can you two? Right,
That was shocking tackling in midfield, Jonathan.
I'm all right again now. It's in and out.
Paul Deacon then. as I said earlier, looking for that 1 point that will give him a career 2,500 points. 336th game. Little man, 11 seasons, but with a very, very big heart. Ooh, not the best of his kicks, but it's 2 points.
Okay, boys, Thierry.
Reaches the target.
Here we are. Just watch what happens here, right? They just switch off a little bit as the ball comes on, takes it in. Just stop it there. This guy is just totally out of the game. He's not doing anything, so just cuts the angle and good support. Simple support and line it, run it on. That's the break, which does create the try. Offload and out.
And he leaves him. Now that was number 26, Greg Bird. Now it looked to me when I know he's only just arrived here and he's had troubles with his visas, couldn't get in the country to play for Bradford, but he doesn't look in the best of shape to me.
No, he does not, and you know, it's a very, very quick game now, and you've got to be, you know, up to the mark on the fitness. And another mistake, they've kicked it dead.
The French fans suddenly gone silent.
First.
The advantage then with the Bradford Bulls. 9 minutes gone. 6-0. Newton.
2. Move. Good, Jess. Good lad.
Newton again, moving well to Beacon down that left-hand side. This is better tackling now from the Dragons. Elima in there, Guisset in there. Again, using this blind side. Here's a chance out wide here now. Semitadulala.
4.
The
Move.
Fijian international player. Deacon again. Jeffries. Good ball. Here's a chance. He's in. Can he get in? Oh, he must. Sheriff's in at the corner. Referee, Mr. Ganson, is going to check with the video referee, but there doesn't look too much wrong with that unless he knocked on.
Well, there's no intensity or whatsoever in this defensive effort by the Dragons at the moment. I think he thinks he scored. I'm not really sure. Just watch this. Does he lose the ball?
He does.
I think he's lost it.
I think he's lost it.
No control there. There is downward pressure, but he's totally lost control, Ray.
I think he's lost control, and that is a very, very good tackle. He's knocked it down. I think he's lost that. Does he just have his elbow on it as it goes down? I personally would not give that. It is a French man, Monsieur Alibert, the French referee, who is the video referee.
I think that's a knock on myself.
Well, I do. I think it's sliding under from coming out of the back of his elbow, isn't it?
Try, 802.
He's giving a try, I think.
Steve, it's a try.
Well, Monsieur Thierry Alibert, one of
What are we giving
the
to you?
referees, is the video referee this afternoon.
Steve, you hear me?
Boys, can you hear me?
Yeah,
You too?
it's try.
Right then.
Yeah, wait. L'animation.
And I think Mr.
Get
Sherry's
to, yeah.
going to get a try here. He is. Well, I would suggest that was doubtful.
Yes, it is. But they all count. So Ricky Sherry, his 4th in 7 games for Bradford, and a lad who is really prospering at Bradford after a career with Halifax, Huddersfield and Harlequins. Anyway, I just watched this. There's a break, but the winger has got no idea where he is. He's turned his back on him. And I said, once you turn your back, you don't know where your opposite number is. I still think he drops it, but...
I do. All Deacon. Right out on the touchline. Not a breath of wind here in Perpignan.
Just missed it again.
Just to the left of the post.
Just watch. I saw it. Just keep an eye on this guy, right? Just stop it there. Just keep an eye on him. Look at him. He's has it run it on. he just turns his back, doesn't know where he is, loses his positional sense, and you just got to step inside and finish it very, very simple.
Oh, that's no try.
No try though.
Okay.
10-0 to Bradford. The
First.
Dragons really do have to get a grip of this game, especially in midfield. The balls are making a lot of ground, Jonathan, at first and second receiver.
Well, I don't know what's happening. There's just no intensity whatsoever in the outside defence with the Catalan Dragons. They're not moving up. You know, there was no push and drift there where they had to. The winger just switched off. And even when Steve Menzies broke for the first try, you know, there's a broken line there.
Here again. But the Catalans have hardly had the ball in their hands here at Bradford. Little chip over the top, comfortably taken by Green Shields. Needs a big game from that lad former St George Illawarra from the full-back position. Good tackle there by number 8, Sam Burgess. This is better now from the Dragons. Beautiful little slip ball.
That's what they've got to do. They've got to come in, and that was Pello coming in.
I think they've got to use these big forwards. I mean, this is what the Catalan Dragons are renowned for. Their number 14, Carlo. Getting Carlo already on the pitch. On the 5th tackle. Maguire. Bosch. That's a better kick. Both sides waiting for the bounce. That should be another set of 6. Well, the French crowd are a little bit perturbed about that, but nothing wrong with it. The ball was tapped back.
There's nothing wrong with that.
The Bradford Bullsman couldn't be offside.
That was easy play. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's no intensity in nothing that the Catalan Dragons are doing. The chase isn't good, and if anything, the weather's affecting them, not the Bradford Bulls. The Bradford Bulls are really up for it.
Semi Tanyolala. Newton. Terry Newton. Notice Terry Newton moving well from the acting half-back position. Not this time, but in previous ones, moving 3 or 4 metres, bringing forwards onto the ball.
That's a poor option by the Bulls there. You know, Deacon, they've got to have another option. There was nothing on for him there. They closed him down, turned the ball over.
And we have Tanya down there enjoying the sun on the touchline. Any news down there at the moment, Tanya?
Yeah, right. We heard Kevin Walters talking about how important Adam Mogg was coming back for Catalan Dragons. Well, he's already off the pitch. He's got a hamstring injury, and unusually Kevin Walters is down here pitch side, not looking at all happy.
I don't think he should be, should he, with tackling like this?
Well, I think Adam Mogg, you know, pulled a hamstring when he was chasing Paul Sykes, because he gave up very, very early on the chase for the first try.
That very often happens, you know, doesn't it, when a player's been out for some considerable time with a hamstring pull. But this is better now from the Dragons. Can they mount some attack? Bosch, kick to the corner. Sherif's there. That'll be a drop out.
That's a better kick, good chase.
He's not very happy, is he, Mr. Walters, the new coach this season?
Well, when you train all week, you know, with your standoff Morgan there, and he goes off, you know, within the first 12 minutes of the match. He is a big player for the Catalan Dragons. And if it is a hamstring, you know, that could be anything from a week to 6 weeks.
A big player here, Paul Deacon, not in stature but in presence on this field for the Bradford Bulls. Kicks off.
First. Move. Move!
Simple but effective play here from the Dragons. Bosch, good ball out wide. This is better now.
It's good defence though by Sykes.
Yep. Number 15, Jean-Philippe Bale, one of the new signings, former French schoolboys captain. Maguire. 2 tackles remaining on this sequence here. Oh, not the best of passes. They've lost momentum there. Jason Riles, the former Australian test prop, having to go up for the ball. 4 metres now from that line, but on the last tackle. Bosch going forward. No, beautiful slip of the ball. Oh, he's knocked on. Oh, well, that was good play in midfield. Unfortunately, Riles couldn't take the pass, but that was good play.
Great play there. You know, he just stood up, Bosch went for the dummy, shot through it, but the offload should have resulted in a try. Riles wasn't ready for it. It was numbers outside, missed opportunity for the Catalan Dragons. Should have scored.
Bradford then, once again, bringing this ball away. Well taken over there by Taglialala. Good running, this time by Chris Nero. 3 years with the Huddersfield Giants. Number 4 there, Chris Nero.
So dangerous, Steve Menzies.
And when you think he's 35 years of age, playing in heat like we have here today, but he looks as fit as any on the field.
I think he's been a great rugby league player, such an athlete. Well, a try scoring phenomenon down in Australia. Made the first try, looking threatening.
Steve, we've got Dean play if you want to.
And Tanya?
Yeah, with Dean Play, the assistant coach here at Catalan, how big a blow to lose Adam Mogg?
Obviously it's a massive blow for us. You know, we're trained all week with him there at 5'8", and it's going to be hard to overcome.
Thanks, Dean.
Right, lock in tight, Bradford, stay.
There is Steve Menzies in the head guard, 16 years with the Manly club in Sydney.
Dean Pay. Played for Canterbury Bulldogs, Dean Pay.
You're giving your age away. I remember him coming across with the Aussie touring side.
Yeah, great player. Look,
Good
Catalan, look at the territory.
territory.
On possession, they dominated every, aspect, but it just no intensity there. But also, there's no one actually pulling the strings in the opposition 20-metre area.
Maguire not very happy with himself there. He's one man who should be pulling the strings. Casey Maguire. Significant though, Jonathan, that Bradford have made over 130 odd metres more with less possession and less territory.
Well, I think one of the, that's a big yardstick. That would be the first try.
Yep. Again, good slipping pass inside there, Sam Burgess.
Just watch Steve Menzies just floating about.
Jeffries, good pass, good short pass. Jamie Langley running on it, perfectly timed. Here's a chance now with Deacon to the corner. Lynch, Deacon again, orchestrating things in midfield.
I think he was looking there for Platt, but he was involved in the previous tackle.
Good chip from Jeffries.
Oh, hello.
Now they've done a try!
Just check that come off the Catalan man, grounding's fine.
Well,
did that come off the Catalan man, or did it come off the...
This is interesting. Let's have a look. Is this a forward? Oh, that's difficult to see. A good chase, falling the ball down.
Cook, well, he's gone down, hasn't he?
Let's have a look at this. This is crucial. Everyone on side, no problem whatsoever. And if this comes off Tello, very difficult to see there. It's in the shade as well.
You need a shot from behind, really. But all credit to Matt Cook. He followed it up. He got down there. This could be a better shot, Jonathan.
Let's have a look.
There's the kick.
All on side, no problem whatsoever. I think that is
it's
a
a
try.
try.
I think that is a try.
The wingman again. Yes, he does. It's the wingman.
That's
it's his right
definite. That's
arm.
the angle he wanted.
It's definitely Dimitri Pello who
That's
knocks the ball back.
definitely a try.
And all credit to Matt Cook.
Well, you see, he slaps that back. I think his intention is to slap it back to his full back. Slaps it too much. He should have just gone for safety, banged it dead. That is a try.
Well, we'll soon know. I'm sure Ali Bird again with the decision.
just say hold, Thierry, hold.
Always a tense time this for the players, but just looking at the positioning and the body movement of those players, they look to think it's a try, and it is. No problem.
Well, they've just been clinical, and I think, you know, with Jeffries and Deacon there controlling the kicking game, they've been far more clinical in the red zone and deserve to be 3 tries up.
Bradford then moving out to 14 points to 0 with this one. Matt Cook followed it, former Saracens rugby union player. And no smiles from Steve McNamara, but he must be a very, very contented coach at this stage of the game. Paul Deacon. No problem. Straight between the uprights. 16 points to 0 now for Bradford, and that man there, Kevin Walters, knows there's a lot of work to be done.
Well, you know, he mentioned in his pre-match interview that, you know, they've trained very well, but it just hasn't happened. And as expected, the French crowd turns on their side.
Very, very full stand wherever we are, Jonathan, and the French fans getting very, very angry actually near us. Bradford, though, of course, the renowned Challenge Cup campaigners. 5 times Challenge Cup winners, last time in 2003.
Well, they need a response now very, very quickly, because the Bradford forwards are dominating the game and the half-backs are controlling field position.
But there doesn't seem anyone in the Catalan ranks in midfield, either at loose forward or at half-back, to really set the midfield going.
Well, Bosch is on his own, really. He's just doing everything.
And we haven't seen anything of the skipper, Greg Bird. There is Bosch, number 6. And I understand more problems for Catalan on the injury front, Tanya.
Yes, Ray. Jason Riles has come off with a nasty gash to his head. Looks pretty messy, but it's the old slab of Vaseline they've applied to it. He should be all right, but a pretty messy cut.
And here's a chance again. The kick. Oh, yes. That's a try.
Just check that sequence, check the onside as well.
No problem. I think everyone is onside there.
I think so.
Chris Nero there, going in for that try. Good anticipation. But this kicking game, you know, it was mentioned early on, this kicking game is absolutely ruining this French outfit.
Well, they just don't understand what they're trying to do. They're shooting out of the line. There's no organisation. There's the kick. There's turn. The winger hasn't dropped back. The full back isn't in position. You know, that is a try, and I can't see anything, no reason whatsoever not to give that.
I can't understand why Steve Ganson is going to the...
I think he wants to look at his
video referee, unless he's
offside
checking
or
was
something.
Nero offside.
No, I don't think they were.
It's certainly a good grounding of the ball. Yes, this is what they're checking.
Oh, is he? That's the thing. Is he offside?
Is he offside
That's
from
the
that kick?
Yes.
From the kick off the wingman?
Well, I'm not going to see from that angle. Of course, they're in the hands of French colleagues.
There's nothing wrong with the touchdown.
I think he's gone for the try then.
The try. Well, the Catalan Dragons had 4 tries disallowed by the video referee when Bradford visited here a fortnight ago, but certainly Bradford, quite correctly, getting the tries they deserve.
Well, this is just too easy for the Bradford Bulls. I think everyone thought this would be a very, very close game from previous history of previous encounters. But the Bradford Bulls have just been so clinical. They've totally...
Okay, right here, yeah.
Obviously Morgan Riles are off, but you've not really seen anything of the fire and the you know, the toughness that you normally associate with this Catalan Dragons pack.
Well, they haven't done anything, have they?
No. Riles there having the head bandaged. Deacon. Not this time.
Missed that again.
So, a miss from Paul Deacon, but just look at this try here, Jonathan.
Yeah, just, you know, if we stop it there, just watch this guy. He's coming out. He's got to stop the ball, okay? But look at the numbers on the outside. Run it on very quickly. There we are, all onside. There's a 4-2 on, even if the passer had gone. Inside support, anyone can score. Nero scores very, very easy. Defensively, they are poor.
Well, 20 points in 22 minutes from the Bradford Bulls. Very, very few people were talking about that this morning in the square here in Perpignan. The bookmakers had this game at even money. The Bulls very much in control now.
Third, move!
And don't forget, we have another big game coming up there from Headingley. About 4:30, Leeds versus St Helens. And following that, we'll have our forum on the interactive. Just the press of the red button, and you can contact at rugbyleague@bbc.co.uk from about 6:35. Plenty of rugby league action this afternoon.
Back it up, man. Back up. Doing all good. Good. Go. Sir.
Sam Burgess.
I think he's been very influential. First 24 minutes, Sam Burgess taking the ball in. He's given the kickers an easy platform.
Still, I think, easing his way back from that shoulder injury that stopped him from going with the England squad to the World Cup last year. What a great prospect.
Tremendous prospect.
Cook.
Third, move!
Newton. Deacon again, enjoying himself. Again in conjunction there with number 6, Ben Jeffries. Here they are again. Oof. Nero. That's a better tackle.
Cutting them at will.
But it's all Bradford at the moment. Tadiolala. Jeffries. Deacon. Once again, a little stab of a kick, too hard.
But the option is there again. Good option. Just, you would have been disappointed with the execution of that, Deacon. But they draw the defensive lineup. Well, very unhappy, these spectators.
Move! Third, move!
Maguire again.
40.
No problem for Platt. Pushes it back to Sherry.
First, move!
Wingers have worked very hard, haven't they? Just watch how Sykes goes in. So let's see who goes next. Tadalua maybe. Yep, there he is.
But Bradford seem in total control around that ruck area there. Newton's calm control. He's flicking it one way, flicking it the other. Deacon and Jeffries are running off him. They all look in total control. Just look at Newton now. Here he comes. Oh,
except for that
having said that, he throws a shocker now.
But that's it, you know, they've kick return by Platt, wingers come in, then the forwards come in a little bit, and then kicking options.
That's Newton. Beautiful play. He's got support alongside him.
He's in.
Here's him. Is he in? Good backing up by Platt. Can he get over? Oh, can he get it down? Well, he's held up. Well, let's compliment the Dragons there for that covering back there.
A great break again, Terry Newton. You know, what were the markers doing? I have no idea. And this is the end of it. Just held up.
They do well to get underneath that, the Dragons.
He did.
Jason Riles there, limbering up on the touchline. He's had that head bandage. He'll have the stitches inserted after the game.
Just no support play whatsoever with him. That's the problem. The forwards are on the yard, but there's no support.
This is better, moving it out wide. Last tackle coming up. Bosch, the chip over the top. It's a good bounce for Catalan particularly. Jason Croker kicks it on. It's still in play. Oh, hits the corner flag.
Oh, slow motion.
Yeah. Of course, as soon as it hits the corner flag, that is the movement's over. You know, if you were just looking at this match and you just strolled into this Gilbert Brutus Stadium, you would think it's the Frenchmen who seem to be struggling with the heat.
Well, they are very flat. You know, no reason why. You know, they're used to these conditions, but they've just been so clinical, the Bradford Bulls.
Just less than 12 minutes remaining then in this first half of the Carnegie Challenge Cup, fourth round. Bradford 20, Catalan Dragons 0. Terrific display here from the Bulls. Menzies, good ball out wide.
It'll be interesting to see what the boys in studio think of this defensive performance by Catalan. I'm not really sure what system they work in, but you know, they've got numbers, you know, over on either side.
Newton.
Let's watch Deacon one side, Jeffries the other side.
Yes. That looks a forward pass.
Yeah, it had to be forward.
Yeah. I think that the touch judge on this side, Mr. Wright, was in communication with Steve Ganson. I think he signalled that.
But you have to give that. But defensively, they're so narrow. You know, he's cut three men up there, and the outside centre, like the wingers drop back. They just don't know what to do at the moment. Do they drop back? Do they start? Do they come forward? If the full back isn't in the right position to cover the kick, they're just not working as a back three.
Well, you know, you've got a young lad down this left-hand side, Jean-Philippe Vale. I last saw him playing hooker against Warrington, and then suddenly he turns up at centre. But there's not much understanding between him and Pello on this left wing for the Dragons. Cyril Gossard,
well, Gossard
number 17.
Gossard and Ferriol have tried their best when they come off the bench to make the yardage, but there's no support there. The play the ball is very, very slow. You know, so Bradford are really dominating every you know, phase of this game.
Two tackles remaining in this sequence. Bosch.
There we are. You know, just taking them for no reason, no threat whatsoever. And now they'll come this side to Bosch. You know which way it's going to go. It's always going to Bosch. He's the kicker, he's the playmaker. And that's what happens. There is no option for Bosch.
That's a handover, but there's nothing coming from the midfield at all, from the acting half-back, from the first receiver, from the hooker. That's the big problem for the Dragons. But it's not a problem for the Bulls. They're in the lead. 10 minutes remaining here in this first half. 20-0. That's better tackling. Number 12 there, Jason Croker, another veteran with the NRL, another 35-year-old man.
That's the first mistake I think they've done in their own 20, and a Scruton, and the pressure's come on him. And you can see they're starting to, like, you know, trying to get some reaction from the crowd, but the crowd won't react until they do something.
And the mistakes come, as they did there from Scruton, because the Catalan Dragons forwards are at last, Jonathan, moving in quickly.
Yeah, wasn't the greatest pass though, you know, put him under pressure, Scruton.
The Catalan fans at last singing a couple of songs.
And that's silly again. That is schoolboy error, crossing. You can't even question that.
Obstruction. Bradford not happy with it.
Not happy with it, but just watch. Just goes across. He didn't take anyone out, but you just cannot do it. First tackle, scrum from a scrum.
Hold. Hold, mate. Hold. Go.
Skipper Deacon, number 7 there.
I think
commanding presence in midfield.
Warrancy is on. I think Cook's gone off.
He's had a good half hour as Matt Cook.
Well, you know, I think every Bradford Bulls player will be, you know, happy with his performance. They've all contributed to you know, the position they're in.
Good ball. Look to shade forward, but Mr. Ganson let it go. Good playing again. This man Jeffries is buzzing around there on the left. Number 6. Deacon. Good tackle.
Good tackle, and he's made, you know, he's made an impact since coming on as well.
No chance for Scruton to move forward there. Newton again. Little kick himself. He'll not get over that line. Oh, he does.
Good effort.
Good effort. Very good effort.
Should have been caught.
Forces his way past Langley. Bradford have got to keep the Catalan Dragons down near this line. Number 3 there, Steve Bell, former Manly Sea Eagles, a grand finalist down under. Just look at those sets completed by Bradford. 14 out of 16, Jonathan. That's a good,
Very good.
good statistic.
The miracle ball again. You know, not in the area where you want to do it.
Go away through there for Ricky Sharif. Newton. Good long ball coming from depth here now. Michael Platt. All the pressure on the Dragons. Deacon again. Michael Warrenson. London Broncos. Oh, that's a knock on. Play on. Play on. Olivier de Lima.
Good tackle.
Good tackling.
He's out of it.
Or is he holding down there? No, says the referee. The Dragons here with Jean-Philippe Bell.
Yeah, offside though, right? That should have gone wide though again.
And, 17 there too, Cyril Gossard. Now then, can the Dragons snatch 4 or 6 points before half-time? They've got just over 5 minutes to do it.
You feel they need something by half-time?
I think definitely. You've got to go in on a positive. It's interesting, they're using number 20 there, Kane Bentley, the 21-year-old, as the acting half-back now. Bosch.
Oh.
Bell does well to get that ball away on the outside. Still, the Dragons. Jason Croker. A metre short, 2 tackles to get over that line again now. There's Kane Bentley, number 20. Ball out to Bosch. Mishandle, Green Shields. Surely a little grubber kick. No. It's a good ball, he's lost it. Well, this poor lad Fellow's having something of a nightmare, isn't he?
Well, there's no one dictating, controlling anywhere of the ball when they're in the 10-metre area of the Bulls. There's just no one taking control.
Okay.
And a little more information, I think, from Tanya down below.
Yeah, I've got Matt Cook with me. Ray, Matt, what are the conditions like out there for you guys?
Yeah, it's extremely hot. Just ball retention in this kind of game is key. But when it's hot conditions like this, then it's a few tired boys out there at the back end of this half. But it's key that our backfield get in there and get some carries, get some faster carries for us when our forwards are tired.
Thanks, Matt.
No worries.
Matt Cook having a welcome breather down there.
And that's what they have done. They've done it exceptionally well. The ball retention's been good. I think they've only dropped it once. And the backs, the back three have come in and done the work for them.
Steve Deacon took a knock, I'm afraid, to his hip when he put that kick in. Nothing untoward from the Catalan Dragons. Again, the minutes ticking down here in the first half, coming up to just 3 minutes remaining, still trailing by 20 points to nil. Offside again.
And that's what happens, as Matt Cook said. 3 minutes ago, they've worked hard, now they're getting tired, concentration goes. Catalan need to get something. There's the pressure on Deacon. Why do it on the
Why
first
attempt
tackle?
to
Why?
pass them?
I've no idea, and he will
He must be despairing.
go in mad. Why? Exactly. Says it all. That photo. What are they doing?
I mean, David Ferriol is such an experienced French international. Why would he do that? Bradford now just need to retain possession.
Out. First. Move.
Playing it well down the short side, shrugging off the tackle there from Steve Bell, and again down that short side. Good rugby league.
Third. Move.
Been very impressed with that man Ben Jeffries at number 6, Jonathan.
I think just been a complete, team effort. Done very well. Getting slightly ragged now, the Bulls, but they can afford to do it.
A little bit too casual there. One last chance for the Catalans then before we all go in for the half-time. I think Terry Newton knew it was a forward pass too when he collected it.
Going to take a tackle.
Yeah.
Wait.
Bosch
Covered.
back in the scrum half. He's not ready.
For the scrum, wait till I tell you. Go in, Bradford. You've got too many men.
This is interesting now. Put Platts into the loose forward position, and Menzies will defend in midfield.
Good ball.
Good tackle.
Good tackle.
Sheriff, went in to take the wrong guy there, should have stayed out. Sykes made a great
Bale.
tackle.
David Ferriol, number 8. Bosch again. This is better play now.
Poor kick again.
It was a poor option, wasn't it, from Greg Bird?
Poor option, poor execution. One thing that's at least, they look as if they're lacking pace. The only guy that can give them a little bit of pace is Green Shoes.
Jason, come on, mate. Hold, Jason, come on.
Bradford will be just quite content now to play out these tackles. They'll be very, very well satisfied with this first half. There it is, there's the hooter. Bradford to go in. 4 tries from the Bulls. Sykes, Sheriff, Cook and Nero. 2 goals from Deacon.
Well, he'll be very happy, Steve McNamara. I think near perfect performance, first half performance by the Bradford Bulls. Everyone's worked together. Good, good forward, good go forward, good kicking game, and they've been very clinical in their attacking options.